What's up, fam? I am Chosen144. Dealing with energy vampires. I see in comments and things like that, there's a lot, so I can't reply to every comment and things. But I see a lot of people in comments, and I have people reach out and stuff like that, asking how to deal with energy vampires. Like people that they are encountering in the workplace, people that they're encountering because they have, children with them or whatever, you know what I mean? If you can't go full no contact when it comes to an energy vampire, if for whatever the circumstances are, you find yourself in situations where you've got to deal with energy vampires, but you're aware of it, the key is just not to react, okay? Don't give them any energy. Energy is literally just emotion. So stoicism is key here, because an energy vampire, they make snide remarks. They do things that they know would normally irritate someone. If they make it personal, they'll personalize the things that they do, knowing that it irritates you in particular. The key is to start to become good at realizing it for what it is. It's an attempt at draining you of your energy via emotional response. And when you have a high perspective, when you leave perception at the door and you take a high perspective, perception is unique to you. Perspective is looking at the bigger picture as an observer. When you do this, you'll see it for what it is. It is somebody that is so tied up in hurt and trauma and past events that have happened to them, that they are incapable of processing energy for themselves. They're incapable of handling life situations without involving others, without draining other people's energy. When you see it for what it is, you will no longer play the game, okay? You literally don't feed them energy. You give them no emotion and mean it. You know what I mean? Like, you get to choose. And this means that you've got to look at yourself. If somebody is able to trigger emotions in you, there's something that you need to address in yourself so that you no longer become triggered by them. Okay? I've done lots of videos on it, but I just thought I'd touch on it. And a very interesting thing happens when you stop giving an energy vampire supply. A very interesting thing happens. Not only are you impervious to their vampirism, so you no longer feel drained, you haven't committed your true currency, your energy and attention to their bullshit. Not only will you feel more energetic because you've protected your energy, something interesting happens to the vampires. And it happens for a while before they actually sort of change their focus to another source of energy. They start to experience what they were trying to cause you for themselves. Because where there was once an abundant feeding ground of luscious energy, they're finding a barren wasteland where they have no access to you anymore. Even though you're still dealing with them, they can't get a response. They can't get that energy supply anymore. This means that they're exerting attempts. And at first their attempts, cost them no energy. They've become really natural and good at this unconsciously to feed off of you. But eventually they start to try harder and they start to overexert with their attempts at draining your energy. And they'll become petty, then they'll try to become loving. They'll try different angles to try and get into your energy again. But if you're aware, you get to decide where you place your energy. And you might catch yourself out and then course correct or whatever. It takes awareness to pick up on this. And not all energy vampires will be overly obvious about it. Not all poison is in a bitter pill. That's what I mean by they'll try other avenues. They'll try to win you over. They might try to gift you something so that they can realign with your energy and things like that. And your awareness will be key here. And paying attention to how you feel after you've dealt with people and stuff like that. Because that same vampire energy will come at you in different vessels. It just will. Anyone that's low vibrational is a potential energy vampire because it's an attachment that they have. And like I said, they'll unconsciously be trying to fucking get that luscious energy. And after a while, when they continuously try, they start to feel depleted. They'll start to actually, become physically affected, which is what would happen to you if you kept allowing them to drain you. They'll start to become physically affected. They'll start to become mentally affected. They will start to suffer from ailments and inflammation in their body and things like that because they're trying to feed where there's nothing and they're being starved of this energy supply that was once there. So it's really interesting. And like I said, not all energy vampires will be coming at you front on, so to speak, as an enemy. They'll more than likely be someone that displays as though they care about you. You know what I'm saying? They will trauma dump on you. They will do things to trigger you and whatnot. And that's for you to pick up on who's who in this little fucking energy fucking war that's happening and cut them off completely. So if you have to deal with them in any way, shape or form due to life circumstances or whatever, remember this. And your awareness, if you're part of my collective, just your awareness of something like this going on activates karma. It activates karma. You bring awareness to it and you call judgment, basically. And that's not for you to worry, you know what I'm saying? You leave that to the universe. Leave that to the Most High. But yeah, I'm talking to my chosen ones, my awakened empaths. When you awaken, your very awareness is enough to bring light to a situation and it will naturally be exposed. And justice will be served in one way or another. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, karma, it is not punishment nor reward. It is just a result of the energy that's been put out. You get it back. Okay? And my chosen ones, star seeds, earth angels, your awareness being brought to things that are unjust, that very awareness triggers this result of cause and effect. So send them love and light. Forgive them in the moment, for they know not what they do. This is all unconscious. They have no clue that they are an energy vampire for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Some people are straight up evil, and that's a different entity that you're dealing with, okay? That's an entity that you know is out to finish you via vampirism. You know what I'm saying? But you'll see how it plays. Don't give any of your precious energy to these types of people. Identify them and act accordingly, okay? And just leave it to the universe. I fucking love you, fam. Peace, love, and light.